Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading of today, a Tuesday. It's the 1st of August. I'm here at MadWorldTarot and I have the new chapter tarot on the tarot deck because we're back looking at an old story, but a new book, possibly. The book that Megan keeps threatening to write. She threatened in the Cut article that she had her journals. She'd found her journals and she was going to write her book. And now we read in Bella magazine that she is going to write a book to teach Harry a lesson by revealing their marital secrets to the world. Can you imagine being married to someone like that? Anyway, the story goes that Meghan Markle is writing a tell-all book that is poised to reveal surprise and personal revelations from her marriage. There have been hints that Harry has been less than perfect, which he acknowledges. Meghan won't hold back as she feels her husband needs to learn from the mistakes he has made with her. When someone upsets Meghan, she deals with it in her own unique way. She wants them to learn a lesson. We've seen that before with Daddy and some other people. Meghan feels that a lot of what she was offended by while in the royal family had to really be explained to Harry, and often after the event or conversation had taken place. That's why she felt it very isolating when doing royal duties. Harry let her down, in other words. She never really understood the mantra of never complain, never explain, always complain, always over-explain. I think would be her mantra. Is the wrong word because that's a spiritual word. Motto, I think, is better. Motto. So always complain, always over-explain. Meghan Markle. A nasty little article with some quite serious threats to our has-been in there, that the book is coming. The book is going to tell what a useless piece of a husband he was. He let her down when she was wanting to off herself, and that's why she felt so lonely, and it's all Harry's fault. Blame Harry, and then make off with the millions that she's trying to squeeze out of the royals in that divorce settlement. My opinion, and let's remember, it's all just tarot for fun and entertainment, all my opinion, all speculation, all rumour, and we read on energy here, archetypal energy, and disclaimer in the box below. Celtic Cross coming up. We're going to look at this with the new chapter tarot. We're going to look at it from Megan's point of view, the book, the grievance. What axe does she have to grind? Does she really want to teach Harry a lesson? What is the focus of that book going to be? What nasty things is she going to reveal, in other words? Did he let her down as a husband when they were in the royal family for that afternoon that they were working royals? And what next about the book? How does Harry feel about this? How does has-been feel about all his secrets coming out of what a useless husband he was? And so on and so on. And the outcome card will be impact of this lovely book, charming tome, on their marriage. What is it going to do to them if it ever comes to fruition and finds itself on the New York Times bestseller list, which I'm sure if it's published it will, because it's amazing how anything Sussex related or sausages related, as the Royal Rogue says, anything to do with sausages finds itself on the New York Times bestseller list. Let's see if we can ever squeeze these cards in. And off we go with the new chapter. New chapter, we got King of Swords. There comes truth. Megan's truth, of course. There come also possibly lawyers, publishers, those sorts of people. It's very dominant energy. It's very accomplished, very powerful, very mature energy. It sees everything. It's very wise. It's very strategic. It doesn't have a heart, really. Publishing and publishing her truth very much in there. Bit scary if you're has-been and you get the King of Swords as the underlying energy of a reading like this. So the situation about the book, Megan and the book, what is going on? Heart of the thing. We got Knight of Cups. This is her rather a startling, I'm trying to work out the gender of the Knight of Cups. It's mesmerizingly strange position of certain bodily features. Anyway, Knight of Cups is manipulation, emotional manipulation. It's going to be, poor me, it's the pity card, poor me. I have to tell you all what terrible things happened to me. It's a bit of the Diana interview with all that black eyeliner, the head turned. Poor me. It was so awful being me. And if only William had been my husband, how much better it would have been, because there's the Knight of Cups. He didn't understand me. He didn't feel my feelings. I had to explain it all to him over and over and over about how badly treated I had been. What is her particular grudge that's crossing her, the axe that she has to grind, particularly? She's always got an axe to grind. Queen of Swords in reverse. I think that she feels that she wasn't, she wasn't the queen. But the Queen of Swords is the late queen. And I think that she feels particularly aggrieved somehow that she wasn't given dominance in the royal family. You can see how that Queen of Swords is quite, it's angelic and it's justice and it's freedom and liberty and all good things. And in reverse, I think she felt that she wasn't given enough power in the royal family. She wasn't held in high enough regard in the royal family. And also the late queen didn't give her enough power and authority or even courtesy to her, Megain. That would have helped. Nose out of joint there, nose out of joint about hierarchy and pecking order, and found them very cold, no hugging. It's those kinds of things. They were cold, they were aloof, they wielded their power and they didn't give me any power. It's that. It could even be targeted at someone like Catherine too, so cold, wouldn't hug when I turned up in my ripped jeans and barefoot and all the rest of it. Cold, nasty to me. They weren't welcoming. Is she really going to teach Harry a lesson? Is this the motive for what's going on now? This desire to punish. Oh yes, my goodness. The Hanged Man is all about punishment. Someone who's victimized, someone who's hung out to dry, someone who's helpless, can't defend themselves. They're all tied up in knots and they cannot defend themselves. She really is going to go, she's going to get so nasty, vicious when it comes to him, and really attacking him, exposing him, all his weaknesses, all his vulnerabilities. He is going to be the sacrifice, the wicker man, and it's going to hurt, it's going to burn. Absolutely. This is such a savage card. Can't tell you what awful energy is coming off that card. For all has been. He made the bed, but wow, it's going to turn into a funeral pyre with that card there. What are the grievances we're going to hear about, in particular the focus of this? We've already seen that she's very bitter about how she was treated in the royal family. But what is the focus of this book going to be if we ever see this book? Justice. Ooh, justice in reverse. How unfair everything was. All about the complaining and explaining. When she went to them and said, the press has written this nasty article saying that I've got what were the things, the avocado toast and things like that, the copper bath, and I don't know what those petty things were, who made who cry, Tiara Gate, all that stuff. She wanted them to make a press statement, tell the whole world, get out there, get on top of the story, squash it, really defend her, and they didn't. They didn't defend her. Queen of Swords in reverse is a whole, that Queen of Swords just telling chapters, that Queen of Swords. But this Justice card, I had to go and sue myself when my father wrote that letter and the newspaper published it, because you wouldn't defend me, you wouldn't protect me. Her sense of grievance is extraordinary. Hanged Man and Justice card in reverse. It's monumental, and she will never see the reality, the objective truth of the situation, because she's so hung up on her own perspective, Hanged Man is about perspective. She's so convinced of her own point of view, she will never be able to see anyone else's. My opinion. Tell us about the past, when she was a working royal for that afternoon and has been let her down so badly. What does the universe want us to know about that? We got the High Priestess in reverse. Secrets coming out, and also silence. With this High Priestess, again, I'm getting the sense of pecking order. She felt somehow that secrets weren't protected enough, but I think she also felt that there were secrets kept from her, that she didn't know, she wasn't included in the inner sanctum, and this made her very bitter, that they ganged up on her. There's 3 women there, and there's 3 earth sign women that would have been around then. The Queen, Sophie, Catherine, left her out. And I think she felt left out, and I think that she went and complained to Hasbeen, and Hasbeen was too dim to notice or to sense that she felt like they were back at school and this was a cool group and she'd been left out for the cool group. And make them like me, make them play with me, make them include me, make them invite me to things, make them make space for me. And you could see that smirk she had on her face when she rolled in. It looked like she was off her face on something in that unfortunate blue outfit, that Victoria Beckham outfit, when she invited herself to Trooping the Colour and had to sit in the carriage with Catherine and Sophie, and had that smirk on her face. I think it was Catherine. Was it Catherine and Camilla? I don't know. Anyway, but she forced her way into a place that she wasn't really invited, the Holy of Holies. So the sense of entitlement again, that they can't have secrets and they can't have their own WhatsApp group and they can't have this thing and that thing without including me, even though I might have been caught taking photos of their sleeping children and stuff, according to rumour, allegedly. Let's move on, because I'm getting all sour and bitter now. Let's move on to the near future in this book. Are we going to hear that the book's got a publication date, like Scooby-Doo's book, Endgame? What are we going to hear about the books? Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Discs. We could hear that, a bit of an unfortunate looking Queen of Pentacles, I must say. We might hear that she's going to be paid an enormous sum of money. That's on the table. A big, big amount of money to write this book with the Queen of Pentacles. That it's like, this is it. This is the money she's been looking for all her life. Here it comes with that Queen of Pentacles. So could be that a deal might be on the table and we might hear about it. How does Hasbeen feel about this threatened book? Does he care? Oh, what a trap. What woe, what struggle, what suffering he has got himself into. As I say, he made the bed. But it's a painful bed to lie in, and there the Ace of Swords tells us that he feels trapped. He can't see a way out of this mess. How is he going to liberate himself from this mess? Impossible. Surrounded by swords. Fear, very afraid of what she might say, what she might do, what people might think. What terrible stuff is coming his way, and what revelations. Didn't seem to occur to him when he wrote his book that other people might feel the same way. William, Camilla, Catherine, Charles, the rest of them might feel a bit upset about it. But now here it comes, that thing called karma, which seems quite instant these days. What pressure is Megain under right now? Getting back to her. We had a brief moment with Hasbeen, 9 of Swords. She's under enormous stress. Mental turmoil, 9 of Swords. She's very worried. It's not specifically saying what she's worried about, but she wouldn't be worried about writing the book. She'd delight in writing the book. I'm sure she's practiced it a few times. It's probably already written, and every day goes and writes a new grievance down in it. In blood. That sort of, I get that image of, my suffering, mein Kampf. But the 9 of Swords, she is extremely worried, stressed, I would imagine, about failed marriage and failed finances. So it's just telling me, asking is what pressure she's under. It's saying huge pressure. It's not saying what precisely, but I think any area of her life at this moment is a source of trouble for her, and anxiety and worry and sleepless nights, children, passports, birth certificates, all that stuff. Where is she going to live? Those things. Who's she going to marry next? Getting the giggles now. Hopes and fears for our authoress, Queen of Wands in reverse. She's afraid that her light is being dimmed, that she's going down, her opportunity is gone. That's what she's worried about. Queen of Wands upright is just a wonderful, charismatic, vibrant, dynamic woman, very sexy, very exciting. Everybody loves her. When she's in reverse, people just look at her as if she's just trouble. She's a disaster. She's a drama queen. And when you write an article like this, as I suspect she wrote it, that's my opinion, when you write one threatening your husband that you're going to reveal all their secrets and blame them for your suffering in a book that's going to be on the New York bestseller list, then yes, Queen of Wands in reverse, you are going to be seen as a drama queen, as a nasty piece of whatever. Outcome for their marriage of this book, should this book ever see the light of day, or even if it doesn't see the light of day, the mere threat of the book is a pretty marriage ending, in my opinion. Temperance in reverse, yeah, well, somebody's going to get fed up and go off in a huff. Temperance in reverse, it's about excess. It's too much. It's just outrageous. It's all out of balance. It's disharmony, it's temper, it's impatience, it's excess in terms of fighting, drinking, attacking, too much. And this Hanged Man, who's in the Ace of Swords energy at the moment, at some stage is going to march off. And who can blame him? Who can blame him when that is what you have waiting for you at home? It looks a bit like the cult everyone talks about, and I can't for the life of me say that name here on YouTube, but I'm sure you know which cult I mean. Oh boy. Anyway, so yeah, it's marriage ending. If this book happens, or even the talk of the book is marriage ending for this Dumbo, when he finally realizes what he has married and what he has done and what foolishness he has exhibited. Our old Hanged Man is going to cut himself down, or someone will come along and cut him down and put him out of his misery, send him on his way. Will it be Nacho with his, what do you play polo with, that thing that you whack the ball with? Perhaps it will be Nacho. Anyway, there's your reading. Not a very happy reading for Has-Been or for her, but there it is. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.